welcome back to Daddy, Dad and Me. For those who are new to the channel, welcome. We are adoptive parents to little man and have been for about 5 months now, since just before the summer of 2020. We started our journey back in the summer of 2018, so more or less 2 years to go through the approval process of stage 1, stage 2, then the linking and matching. But if you have a look around the channel, all the videos, you'll see we explain various parts of our story in some of the videos. For those who are returning, who are subscribers, thank you very much for coming back and having a watch. We hope you're well. Today's video, as you'll see from the title below, is all about obtaining childcare as you're going through the adoption process. And as you'll see from the video and how I explain it, I'll just give a bit of a précis here. I didn't understand at first the reason why I was being asked about childcare and getting it, because I have family members and friends as well, and I'm very well aware of their children, looked after them, etc. So I didn't understand that, but I'll explain more in the video, and it's one of the really important, and now I can see now why it is so important. So grab yourself a cuppa or a glass of mulled wine, because it's nearly Christmas, as you can tell from the Christmas tree. Don't have it up all year round. Come on through and we'll chat more about childcare and the adoption process. So yeah, I just want to take you back to before we even joined or started the adoption process with the agency that we ended up going through. If you'd gather from some of the earlier videos that we've put on here, we were interviewed by a different adoption agency, and sadly we felt they were rather cold in their approach with us. Not necessarily with all couples, but we just found their approach with us we didn't particularly like, and when we compared it to who we went with, totally different. And one of the things with the other agency, we were asked about childcare, and I explained that I had experience of looking after children, albeit that I knew those children, and I didn't have any experience of working with children because my job doesn't require me to do that. I work in the insurance sector, so yeah, there's not going to be children there. Whereas James works within the theatre industry, so there's children's on the show. He's a registered chaperone, so there's lots of things that he does with children and works in that capacity. So for him, he was absolutely a-okay. Whereas for me, they were more, there was more focus on me to obtain childcare. And what they explained to me was that I needed childcare with children I had no background, no awareness of them, and really building that relationship from day one with them. When I look back at that point now, I was probably a bit awkward with them because I was thinking, but I'm just doing it to tick a box really. I'm just getting childcare to kind of get through what I need to, and I didn't really understand it. It wasn't until the agency we went with explained to me that you need to look at the childcare in kind of several different ways. Look at it like your adoption CV. You're not going for a job, but you are putting together, you're going to an approval panel to show why you should be approved as an adopter or an adopters. They need to see that you have the relevant experience of childcare, different types of children, different ages, so you need to look at it that way, and that really kind of sparked something in me to think, now I kind of get it, I understand. The next part is you're going to need that childcare experience, full stop. And I think I ended up working with our local Beavers group, and I found it so interesting, and I was with them for about a year or so before little man came along, and I was quite nervous before I started, I'm not going to lie, but slowly but surely you start to build those relationships with the children, and there was a load of different children from all backgrounds, all walks of life, and I could slowly kind of, probably a good few months in, I really understood. Now I understand why I've been asked to get childcare, because although I have experience of looking after friends' children, people in the family, etc., it wasn't the same as starting with children that you had no understanding or awareness of, and their different skills, capabilities, etc. I always say to people, because on a few of the groups, especially on Facebook that I'm aware for adopters, I always explain to people that you can do beavers, you can do cubs, do scouts, anything kind of in the same age kind of relation that you're looking for, whereas Little Man is kind of in the 3 to 4 bracket, obviously, where the beavers were at 6, so I was kind of near or close to it. You can go and do anything. We were recommended you could go and volunteer at a school reading to the children, you could do anything with kids clubs, just something where it's relating to children and you starting your journey and your relationship there, and that's why it was so important and is so important. I now look back as a parent and so understand why they asked me to get that experience, and I think if I hadn't have done it, I don't think we would have been approved as adopters, because you have to do it if you don't have that experience. And it just gave me some form of preparation and just understanding of children. Obviously, it's been many years since I've been a child myself, and yeah, children are changing all the time. And I remember saying to the beaver leader, especially with a particular set of children, I really caught on quite quickly to how influential children are to each other, and just something you can say to them and it can just, you see it as an adult in a very different way. A child can take it or approach it in a very different sense, and I found that very, very quickly. So I would say if you're kind of worried if you've been asked to approach, I just approached our local scout leader and I was pointed in the right direction, and they were so appreciative of the help and everything, and I ended up doing some of the weekends with them and kind of other things for them. So I really enjoyed it, and I don't think I've heard of anybody who has done the childcare and not understood why. At the start I did, as I said, I was very kind of confused and felt like it was almost like a bit of red tape. But as you go through the approval process, you are asked about, and one of the assessments is about childcare and what you were doing and what you've done, and that's what an approval panel will see and consider whether they approve you or not. So I hope you have found this video useful. I wished I kind of had seen this video before I had started the process, because I don't think I could find anything on childcare, and a lot of people are stumped, especially if you work full-time like I was then. You're kind of thinking, how on earth do I fit this around a full-time job? And I just managed to do it, and it's just what works for your agency. I know some agencies or local authorities can be quite particular about doing certain things. I've heard stories and seen stories where local authorities or agencies will say, no, you couldn't do it with, for instance, a certain type of kids group if they were aged over 7, 8 or whatever. If you were looking for a child at 1 and 2 years old, it's just what works and what your social worker, and I would definitely speak with your social worker about what kind of childcare experience they would like you to get if they require it. So yeah, hope you found this useful. Please do subscribe and like this video. It just means one more people see it. We get more subscribers, so it slowly sends the message out to other adopters and prospective adopters. And as you'll probably see from one of my Instagram posts recently, the UK adoption community hashtag, there's many thousands of adopters in the UK, and it's a very strong and supportive community. So look up on the hashtag and you'll see lots of adopters if you aren't already linked or engaging with them. I will leave that there. I'm going to do another video in about a week or so, so try and cram in a few more before Christmas. And I've got lots of videos coming up just about topics that I hope you find helpful. Please do link up with us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, all at Daddy Dad and Me, or on our email daddydadandme@gmail.com. It is now my time. Husband is at work, little man is asleep. Hallelujah. I've got my Christmas jumper on, so you're a bit of a Christmas fan here. So yeah, catch you soon, and please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you very soon for our next video. Bye.